Hi, guys. Welcome to some more Real Talk Dog Talk. I'm Tori.
And I'm Barb.
For those of you who haven't joined us before, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
And if you are a regular listener and or emailer, keep those emails coming in. We love hearing from you. It gives us some great ideas.
Yes.
So this week I took Ziggy to the doctor.
Yes.
Little checkup, nothing healthy.
Excellent.
Well, actually, I'm kind of lying. He has Lyme's disease.
Well, he's not dying, so that's
right. Did a ton of labs on him and everything, and he does have Lyme's disease. So we're treating that. We caught it super early. It's
Excellent.
A very mild case, so yay for Ziggy.
Yes, that's great news.
But the thing I was going to bring up about it is, and I was actually surprised.
Okay.
He only weighed in at 135 pounds.
Oh, wow. I definitely would have thought he was bigger than that.
Yeah, I thought so too. But he's not. So, what I was going to bring up about him is when I went into the vet clinic, I kind of used the side door in case he wasn't feeling pet friendly.
Yeah.
And when you walk in the door, it's got kind of a little cold weather entry, and then you go through a second door.
Right.
And when you go through that first door, it is kind of like a little a cubicle.
Yeah.
And Ziggy was not going to go in there. He was, no way.
Yeah.
And he yanked back on his leash, which normally he walks fine.
Yeah.
But he didn't like the looks of that little cubicle area. And he had on a wide width, kind of like a choke collar, not really. It's made out of, is it nylon, I'd say?
I think it's nylon, yeah.
Anyhow, it does cinch up. I use those on dogs when our vet clinic is on a highway.
Yeah.
So I don't want them backing out of a collar.
Right.
And getting hit by a car. So it's kind of like that, but mild. And he backed up so hard. He has been coughing ever since.
Well, if he would have just behaved.
Well, I did open the second door, and once he saw there was like a whole room, he walked in.
Yeah.
But I was really surprised. Well, I was surprised he didn't like the cubicle because it was like no big deal. I don't know why that freaked him out.
Yeah.
But when the second door is open and he saw people in there and a whole big room, he's like, oh, hey, I gotta go in there.
There is stuff here. There is further room. Okay.
I thought they were shutting me in a block.
Yeah, right.
Anyhow, so what I was going to point out is not so much the appointment, but how unexpectedly he yanked on his neck or throat area.
I wouldn't have expected that from him. He's kind of a steady guy.
He's not as friendly as Yazzie, but right. He definitely, I didn't expect that and the pressure was a sideways motion. He just kind of leaped sideways from it. But he wasn't having it. He was pulling on me. And I think that dog, I've never had a big dog need a harness.
Well, and you don't yank on your dogs. So
no, I teach them to walk with me.
Right. Yep. So it's not, I have a dog that needs a harness, but that's Jim, who is small.
Yeah.
I've also not had any reason to have a harness on a big dog. So that's a new experience for us in general.
Yeah. He is, how old is he? Is he 4? No.
3. He's got to only be 3, right?
3 or 4 or something like that. Anyhow, he's never done that before, so kind of caught me off guard. But now I'm rethinking the kind of collar I need with him. Mm-hmm. If we need to leave a collar on him, fine.
Right.
But I think when I'm walking him into new environments,
right,
I'm going to rethink, leading him by the collar. I'm going to use a harness, right? I think.
And that's something good to keep in mind too. Where I wouldn't have thought of having, an additional like harness for a dog, because different situations require different, a harness wouldn't be necessary all the time. but
maybe one walking in a new environment
yeah,
where he might be startled by, I don't know, an entry.
right. Yeah, you wouldn't think it'd be scary, but you know.
Well, anyhow, but it's just it's a really good example. The dog's 3-4 years old, never had that happen.
Right.
And here he does that. So now I kind of have to rethink how I am, what equipment I'm using to lead him.
Yeah.
So he's he's just it was just an example of, that taking a step back. I always tell people there's no shame in, taking a step back and retraining or revamping your handling of a dog. And that's a really perfect example of it, because I'm now rethinking that. And when he's feeling better, which I'll tell you, he is feeling better. He's out carrying branches around yesterday in the yard. Yeah, he, you just sometimes have to rethink what you're doing with your dog and see if there's a better, alternative to what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's, dogs are like kids in this sense too. I mean, you can train a dog to be amazing, but there are situations that come along throughout life that you may need to come up with a different solution or change up how you're doing things. I mean, you never know. Say you move to a different town, city, things might be a different environment outside. They need to get used to, adjustments need to be made, so there's always, something that might come up where you might need to try something new, even if your dog's not a puppy anymore.
Well, for me, anytime I take my dogs anywhere, I mean, I live on a minimum, I always get tongue-tied on that, minimum maintenance road. So traffic is like a car once a week.
Yeah.
So anytime we go anywhere, any of my dogs, it's an environment change because traffic, people, trains, who knows?
Right.
So I definitely need to be rethinking that. And I'm going to be doing some measuring on that young man and order something different for him before we go anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so that was my little fiasco for the week.
I'm proud of Ziggy.
Yeah, he was very good. They had to do a temperature. That's never fun.
Because we all know how they got to do that.
And I'll tell you what, if you think a dog cannot tuck a cropped tail, you're wrong.
You try and get it up.
These,
it can't.
We do our tails at the second vertebra. Mm-hmm. Fairly short.
Yeah.
And you go to take a temperature and man, they can tuck that little tail. You would not believe it.
Well, and when you have a female that's pregnant and you need to take temperature, you better have some rubber gloves on hand because you're going to need to get under that tail somehow.
Yeah. Well, not everybody knows that when you have a pregnant female, you have to take their temperature towards the end because it drops.
Yes.
Just before they're going to have their babies. So you kind of have a 24-hour window then for when they might be having those babies. But yeah. So temperatures are never fun for the dogs or me.
And to be totally honest, those short tails are like the perfect size.
They're really strong.
They are very strong. You wouldn't think it, that little tiny button of a tail, but man.
Anyhow, so Ziggy's doing well. He's been on his medicine for a few days here, feeling good. And everything's going awesome with him.
Yes.
But that is not our topic for the day.
It's not. We could probably talk about Ziggy all day because he's wonderful.
Oh, the stories with that guy. I'll tell you what, I've gotten lazy.
Okay.
I used to always boil eggs for the dogs.
Yeah.
And it's kind of time consuming.
Right. Well, yeah.
And I, had a dish or baggie full of boiled eggs. Anytime you open up my fridge, there they were.
Yeah.
Well, instead, I've been using those microwavable egg cooking things,
Yeah.
And it does 2 at a time, and it's a little quicker.
Yeah.
And I hate peeling eggs, to be honest. It's like my least favorite dog chore.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
But I switched to using the microwave, and Ziggy, the hearing on these dogs must be just amazing.
It's insane. Yeah.
He can be out in the yard and they'll hear me cracking the eggs to cook them in the microwave.
Elsa's insane. She is like extra on that level, because that, I swear, she could be a mile down the road and she'd probably still hear or smell an egg.
Well, she has been over sitting in the sunshine by the dog building in the yard.
Yeah.
And she'll be laying there snoozing.
Yeah.
And I crack an egg and you'll just see her head turn towards the house.
That's pretty good. That is a ways away. Yeah.
That's probably, gosh, what would you say, 100 feet?
Yeah. Yeah. At least.
Yeah. So, yeah,
That's pretty good.
It's kind of cute. It's kind of fun. Now it's a fun thing. Now that I know she does it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go to that window.
Right.
And watch her.
Well, and
when I crack that egg.
Yeah. I would too. We should record it one time.
Yeah.
Well, and Elsa's our retired female, so she's experienced in the egg department. Okay.
I always push the eggs when they're pregnant because I think it's excellent health benefit, and she doesn't get as many as she used to because she is retired.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's her and Ziggy both. I mean.
They're crazy.
And then Poppy, she sticks her head up in the kitchen window when she stands on the deck. When she hears, she like sticks her head up there, like, "What you doing in there?"
She is adorable.
Yeah. Anyhow,
that girl.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah,
That's
we could tell dog stories all day.
Yeah, we could.
But what I wanted to talk about was, I guess I'm not sure what to call it. I want to talk about the Cane Corso.
Yes.
You and I are always kind of on the hunt. We don't just go buying dogs all the time, but we're always kind of keeping an eye open, looking at other breeders, what they have for, possible breeding dogs.
Yeah.
And, with that comes questions.
A lot.
We always want to know as much as we can.
Yep.
Not only about the dogs, but the breeder.
Right.
And I was talking to a breeder about some dogs, possible purchase.
Yeah.
And I asked this individual, I said, "What can you tell me about your dog?" The dad.
Yeah.
Primarily is what I was asking about.
Right. Yep.
And this individual immediately went into the textbook description, probably right off the ICCF registration.
Yeah.
And started telling me, that description of the dog.
Right.
Now, that's good to know.
Always.
And I think you should, I took the time to research it.
Yep.
And I have information on the Cane Corso.
Yes.
But, we have 3 males.
Mm-hmm.
Ziggy,
yep,
Yazzie, and Zeus.
Yes.
Not one of those dogs has the same disposition.
No, they're all very different.
So, when you're talking to a breeder, whether it's a, poodle, which I wouldn't buy, or a Cane Corso, a Saint Bernard, really doesn't matter the breed.
Yes.
When you're talking to them about it, it's good to ask, what can you tell me about the dog? Right.
Well, and when you're buying a dog, that is one of the first questions I think most people would ask. Tell me about the dog. You want to know what you're getting into.
Well, personality is a trait that is hereditary. So I want to hear about the parents. What can you tell me other than the general Cane Corso description?
Yes.
And I didn't get that from this individual. And I was a little bit confused because ask me about one of my dogs, Tori.
Tell me about Karma.
Oh, Karma. Mm-hmm. She has a very intense look and she's super affectionate.
Yes.
She is like the most loving and affectionate dog. I can't say the most because I have a few of them.
Yep.
She's super smart. She learns things so quick. she's very in tune to. She's kind of bossy, like with the boy dogs.
Is she aggressive?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
She like at the boys, like
sassy.
Yeah, she's very I get the feeling it is vocal, but it's like I'm the mom. You need to listen.
Yeah.
And she is a very good mom, but she has kind of a stoic side to her, where she it's something I kind of love about her. Because when she's in a situation she either doesn't like or she's unsure of, she sits to the side of a room and just watches.
Yeah.
And she doesn't do anything. She's not being mean.
Yeah.
It's like she's assessing it. She's really a thinker.
Yeah.
And probably a bit of a problem solver.
I would get, yeah.
So that's Karma.
Yeah. And that's what you want to hear about a dog.
Yeah.
Like, you can look up.
I think those are hereditary traits.
Yes, exactly. Because I can look too at like Karma and Ivy, right, and see similarities because that's her mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can say, oh, she's doing this. Well, Ivy does that. That's adorable.
Yeah.
And then
but Ivy doesn't boss the boys around like Karma.
No, she absolutely does not. That's definitely something that's more unique to her. But it's super interesting to see the heredity passing on in the personalities, and it's not just textbook.
Well, it was kind of cute. Yesterday, I had, when I'm doing a little meet and greet with dogs, sometimes I have them in different rooms, but a gate between them so they can kind of see and meet and all that. Well, yesterday I had, or whatever day it was, I had Poppy in the kitchen, and I wanted her to meet Gabby and Bolo.
Oh, yeah.
And Gabby and Bolo are from the same litter.
Yes.
But they're very different. And, Poppy would hop up on the gate and wag her tail and be all happy with Bolo, and Bolo would wag back and then turn and walk away, and Gabby would hop up there and Poppy left.
Oh. She's like, she don't look like any fun.
No. And between Bolo and Gabby is a very serious girl.
She is. She's very sweet, but
not aggressive, but she is she's not gonna mess around with him.
She jokes, forget it. Okay.
Yeah, she just has. And Bolo can get that way, be serious under certain circumstances, but she is not. She's very fun loving. She's running around. She's crazy. And I thought I noticed two things. One, Poppy picked Bolo over Gabby.
Yes.
And two, the intelligence that Poppy, she was intuitive.
Yes.
She saw that Gabby was like, I'm not fun.
Yeah, no nonsense. We're not playing.
Yeah. And so I thought those were kind of some interesting things. Of course, at some point, Poppy and Gabby may have to actually interact.
Yes.
And that'll be monitored. But you could just really see that even the new puppy saw the difference in the two dogs.
Exactly. Well, and if you watch them in when they're outside playing, Gabby doesn't really play. Like, she does. She likes to run and,
she runs, but she doesn't share.
No, she's going to have her stick and you leave it.
Or bush, or whatever she's carrying around.
Isn't that what she had?
She had like a half a bush the other day. It was like she's hanging onto a branch and then a whole bunch of leaf and greenery on the other end. She'd come running up on the deck with it. I'm like,
can't see me.
You are not bringing that in here.
She's like, and she wouldn't share either. It doesn't matter how big it is. It's hers.
Yeah.
Okay,
so Gabby's got a different personality and out of the same parents.
Yeah. And that's true. It's actually, I never thought about that. That is so interesting that they're so different. And I have two from the same litter, and they're actually quite a bit alike. I mean, there are differences, but
well, and this is why when, Primo Corso has a litter of puppies, even though we know what the general description of these dogs is as far as personalities, even what they do. I mean, some are farm dogs, some are hunting dogs, some are guard dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, they have many different functions.
Right.
So even with that, I mean, when we're, Primo Corso Kennels looks at placing them, we want to fit the dog with the people. So we ask a lot of questions because we're watching these puppies grow.
Yes.
And we have an idea of, like Crazy Bolo. Would she be good with an infant?
Probably not.
She had run across a baby several times. Not being mean, but she's Bolo.
She doesn't realize that's going to hurt a child. She just wants to play.
Mm-hmm. And again, she's super when she's done running. So sweet. I mean, she just wants to be on the couch with me, which is fine. But it's the personalities within the breed.
Right, because like you said before, there's similarities with all of them have very similar traits. But beyond that, I mean, it's like people. No two people are the same. You have 4 of us kids, and I don't think any of us could be more different from the other.
No.
And it is the same with the dogs too. And I personally, when you surprised me with Enzo. And I didn't know I was going to get him at first. And
that was a surprise. Yeah. You had to rehome because of your living situation. Yeah. You had a dog. Yes. And you had to rehome him because people were complaining.
Yes.
And they were afraid of your previous dog because of his size.
Yes.
And so, I surprised you with Enzo. I didn't tell you about it.
And then you're like, well, he's yours. And I'm like, I was so excited. But Enzo is like the perfect dog for me.
Mm-hmm.
He's a couch potato. He loves to snuggle. I mean, he is like, and if I would have gotten a dog from a breeder that I didn't know, I probably wouldn't have had such a good fit.
Well, I had a breeder actually tell me, I was at that time, it was a while back, I was looking for a gray female.
Yeah.
And Primo Corso Kennels does not focus on any one color or pattern.
Mm-hmm.
We try to offer variety.
Yes.
So people have options.
Yes.
And this little gray female was, I was told she was the runt. And I am not a person that's going to buy a runt. I don't care anything else. If you tell me they're a runt, I'm not going to buy it.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know about that. And the person I was talking to said, oh, don't worry, she can hold her own. And I thought, that's not something I want to hear.
It sounds like an aggressive dog.
Right.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's the part about dogs that you need to ask the questions. And I'm, when I hear something like that, is it because she's the runt and she has to hold her own? Or is this a disposition that is in her parents,
right,
and could be passed on to puppies that, are from Primo Corso Kennels?
Right.
So, when you're out there shopping for a corgi, or whatever, make sure that you're asking the questions about, the parents' personalities, and don't fall for the general description of the breed.
Right.
Ask about those parents' dispositions, their personalities, and then, maybe the puppies.
Right.
I have a little trick for knowing when I want to have a dog for my own protection.
Yes.
I want them to be all about me.
Yes.
Yazi is that dog.
Yes.
And what I do, this is just a little test of my own, is I walk into a room where there's a litter of puppies, and I have some really smelly good dog food.
Right.
And any puppy that is more interested in my presence than that plate of food,
right,
tells me what that puppy's priority is. And that's me.
Right.
So, and that's kind of how I test dogs for, like Tito
Yes.
is a dog that when he was a puppy, he was always looking for the person.
Right.
When he'd be out playing with the other puppies, you could see him looking up at the door and looking up at the door. And as soon as you'd show up, he'd, be up on the deck.
Yep.
So Tito, I also could see as being a dog that is all about his person.
And he very much is still.
Yeah. So not all dogs are the same within the breed. I got to say, my second favorite guard dog, we had one.
Yes.
Was Hercules.
Oh, there's been dogs throughout the years that just really stick in your heart, and he's one of them.
He was an excellent guard dog.
Yes.
He was a Rottweiler. And second to the Cane Corso, I do love Rottweilers.
I had a friend when I was growing up, and they had some Rottweilers, and just amazing dogs.
Yeah, they're great dogs. But so make sure you're checking on different things, because we don't necessarily just call them and get a idea of what the dogs are without getting specific to the actual dogs in their possession.
Well, and at Primo Corso Kennels, the goal is to have a lifetime match between the family and the dog. You don't want to see the dog come back and need to be rehomed again. You want that to last forever and have just an amazing experience with your pet. So,
yeah, it's we like to. I think we are at 99% success rate.
Yep.
We got Tango back. I'm sure I've mentioned him for relationship issues. They said he still doesn't have a home. He lives out there with Zeus. But it'd be great to see him getting into a home.
Well, and all the other ones, they're going on adventures. And, so.
I see him in canoes and boats.
Family camping trips.
Yeah. Let's see, I'm trying to remember the name. So many puppies.
Yeah.
Cooper.
Oh, yes.
They took him hunting shortly after they got him.
Oh.
And I guess he did well.
Good.
So I'm not a hunter, but good.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, who knew they could be hunting dogs?
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I know you have a dog. Problem solving is something that the Cane Corso is good at.
Oh, yes.
And I don't, I think through my dogs, and I really don't know that mine scream out problem solving.
Right.
Like Betsy.
She is so interesting, and you can watch her solve a problem. I know I've said this before, but if she wants something, she will find a way to get it without, because she'll wrestle for it at first, but then she's kind of over it. She's like, all right, I'm gonna get it. I'm over this playing and wrestling. And she will. She goes and and it's not just anything. She'll go and find whatever dog she's messing with. She'll find what they want, and just within inches, she'll chew on that. And of course, they change their mind. They're like, "Oh, well, that looks good." And so then she gets the toy she wants, and then they're like, "Wait, hey." Because as much as they like what she's got, they really didn't want to let that go.
Right.
But yeah, she is
a problem solver, and I think that's pretty impressive. And she's kind of high drive too, so that's a very interesting combination. I like that, because she might be on the go, but she can stop herself to think a problem through.
She really can too. And she, like Tito, he's not necessarily a problem solver, but I have noticed when, say, Betsy, we're outside and Betsy isn't listening. She won't come in. I'll call him in, and initially I thought he was just not listening and running back out in the yard, but really what he's doing after I started paying attention is he's poking her and coming back.
Oh.
So it's almost like he's like, hey, come on, let's go.
Nice.
Yeah. So, which she doesn't really listen to him either, but I appreciate the effort.
He's a team player.
That's right. So
They also, two things that I read about with the Cane Corso is that they learn quickly and they have good memory retention. Now, you think about memory and you're thinking of people in the yard. Oh, I remember them. They're okay. That kind of thing. But also, I think that's what helps them learn so quickly is when you are giving them commands and you're teaching them, they aren't going to forget that. They got that embedded in their big heads.
Yes.
And don't mistake their independence for stubbornness.
Oh, yeah.
Totally different deal.
Definitely.
They're very loyal to their owners, whether it be a person or a family, extreme loyalty. But when they say they're independent, they are not necessarily, I'm not saying there aren't stubborn ones out there.
I've got a stubborn one.
But they're very independent.
They are.
And that's where Yazi is like that. We'll walk out to the gate when a stranger's pulled up in the yard or something.
Yep.
And he walks out with me. He's independent. He's saying, hey, I'm with her.
Right.
What's going on out here?
Yeah. You're not calling him saying, come here. He's doing that.
He's taking the initiative to say there's someone new in the yard that he doesn't know.
Right.
So there's a lot of things about the Cane Corso that you can look at as kind of a general description, but really the focus should be individual.
It really should. I mean, there's like sensitive is one that word that is used to describe in general the Cane Corso.
So like I found emotional.
Yeah.
You found sensitive.
Yeah.
So is this saying like if somebody is sad or hurt, they're going to feel a level of concern for them?
I feel like that's what they're saying.
Mine don't do that.
Well, and I was going to say Enzo does. That's about it.
I fall down and they just leap over me and run around like we're playing a game. There's no concern.
Well, and that's really they're more concerned about Daytrick. Which I'm glad.
But
yeah, no, I'm
you
fine.
Matter.
Yeah. What am I, chopped liver? I mean, but yeah, it's interesting. Like Enzo is super into. I mean, I would describe him as sensitive and in tune with our emotions as people in his household, and even you're here often enough. I think he kind of has a sense for you as well.
Should I start crying?
I'd be curious.
He'd probably know I wasn't really crying. Oh,
he might know.
Jojo's tail is going. She's happy. Enzo's rolling around by her.
He doesn't even have to do anything as long as he's just look at that. Oh,
she adores him.
She does. And
she says, "I wish he loved me."
Yeah, he doesn't. It's because you're annoying. I love you, but you're a little annoying yet. Yeah.
Oh, Enzo said no.
He got a pop bottle to the butt cheek. He gave me a side eye. Clearly, he took me seriously. No, but Enzo is very, if Daytrick is sick or if I'm having a rough day, or he'll come and lay with me on the couch or sit next to me or something. And, the rest of them just run around like hooligans. They're not real worried about much.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's definitely, I think, specific.
It's kicking my shoes. Anyhow, so really that is, really in a nutshell, I guess I was a little concerned when that individual didn't have a better answer for me when I was asking about the dog's disposition.
Right.
It was very generic, non-specific. And I guess I hate to say anything that is going to, burn bridges behind me, but that when I hear something like that, that makes me wonder how much interaction that individual actually is having with their dogs? And
I
how well do they know them?
well, right, and to me, it doesn't sound like they do know them really at all. So the more specific information a breeder can give you about their dogs, it's going to give you a better idea of what kind of puppy you're getting, and be better for everybody in the end.
Yep. And it tells you
So-
how well they know those dogs. Yep.
Which is I feel important for a breeder.
Right.
So
So I have an announcement.
okay,
We had Primo Corso Kennels
yes,
had a dog that was spoken for. Her name was Jojo.
yes,
And that did not pan out through no fault of Jojo's
no, she's wonderful.
or our own.
Yes,
However, you had offered
mm-hmm.
to work on basic training with her, getting her used to other dogs, kids, because you have kids around.
Yes,
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
You live in town. I don't.
Yep.
So she would be more acclimated to sounds of traffic and whatnot.
Yes,
Great, because, my situation is different.
yes,
Big mistake.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
I'm just going to say Jojo is no longer available.
Now I need a bigger house.
Okay, that's why. Somebody transitioned from trainer to loving her to telling me she's no longer available.
Well, listen, she had to come on the couch and cuddle, and
What did I tell you about the couch?
you know what?
What?
I can't.
I told you to teach her to stay off the furniture.
She didn't.
So she trained you?
Yeah. I'm a terrible foster parent for dogs. They'll just turn into mine.
Okay. So,
yeah, she's staying.
yeah, Jojo is no longer available. For those of you who look at the Facebook or the website,
Yeah.
Somebody spoke for her.
Yes.
She's coming out of your paycheck.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, she is honestly, they missed out. Let me say that, because
She is, yeah.
she's a wonderful dog, and I watch her. She has actually become quite attached to my son, and I'm like chopped liver when he is home. I mean, forget it. She is stuck to his behind in the bathroom, in the kitchen. I mean, wherever that boy is, she is there. And
Well, actually, when he's over at his dad's, you tell me the same thing about you, that you go to do something in the kitchen, she's like right at your
I
leg.
know, it's very annoying.
Yeah. So she's very long-legged. She is adorable.
Yes.
And she is also no longer available.
Yes.
So
She is. And like I said, I'll say it again. I'll say it as many times, but they missed out.
yeah.
She's a wonderful girl, and she's kind of a fun mix between high drive and very laid back.
Mm.
And when she's outside, she can. I mean, I could gush about her all day. I won't, but she's amazing. So, yeah, that was a tough one. I was not expecting that.
Yeah. She
So,
I would get a call on if we have any dogs available. And of course, since Tori had spent the most one-on-one time with the training and whatnot, I would talk to her about if this would be like a suitable situation.
mhm.
And I don't know, she kept saying no.
No one's good enough.
And I finally said, so is Jojo looking for a new home?
Mhm.
And the answer was no.
I
So
mean, she may have, but
she wants out of here.
yeah.
That's not true. She loves it here.
Yeah, so sorry, but not really.
Tori can turn her heat way down with these dogs breathing in here.
Forget it. I'll let them out of their kennels in the same room, and We're up 2-3 degrees already.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes. So,
So anyhow, just letting everyone know out there, JoJo is no longer available.
Yes.
Have to wait for another litter. Possibly doing a pairing in December.
Yes.
Depending on timing.
And we have gotten quite a few messages on our website about puppies and litters, upcoming litters. So if anybody out there is interested, let us know. Get a hold of us.
Yeah, we have a list.
Yes. So if that's something you're interested in too, give us a holler.
If you don't want to send us your information, you can always follow us on Facebook. We generally post successful pairings. We even usually let people know about the pairings, but we don't get overly excited till we have it confirmed by a vet.
Yeah.
And then you can always watch there. We do, once they're born, Tori gets them on the website.
Yes.
So yeah.
There's a few different ways to get a hold of us and see what we got coming.
We got emails, we got Facebook, we got
chats on the website.
We got, I don't know, the old-fashioned phone number.
You could call somebody.
Yeah.
It is a thing still.
So yeah, let us know if you want to be put on the list. If you're not comfortable with that, then just watch our social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm not into all that stuff, but
I'm not either,
Tori
but I have
now.
to be.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, if you do have any problems, questions, looking for a breed, whatever the case may be, make sure to do your research. You can always talk to professionals in your area. Once in a while, the vet can give you some referrals, possibly trainers, other dog owners even. I mean, there's the World Wide Web. There's so many resources out there. Do your research and, don't be afraid to do your own looking.
Yes. And besides all the social media we have, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com or comment down below. And don't forget that follow button.
Do it. Hit the follow button.
Do it.
Yes. Thank you for joining us for this episode, and we hope you have a great day.
Goodbye.
Bye.